poppin', everybody? Welcome to the DarkStream. We are rocking out tonight. We're gonna have some fun. I'm thinking, ooh, maybe, just maybe, it's about time to get back on that Rakdos Midrange. Thank you to Sharpie Marker for subscribing from a very near distance. Thank you for that. Alright, let's see what we got here today. Rakdos Mid. It's back. It's good. What is there to say? We're on Epic Downfalls now. Aggro the Gods is back. Hidetsugu is back. These are all doubles. Go Blank went down to a single. Slaughter Games got placed in over it. Why? Indomitable Creativity decks are annoying, and there is this little beast of an elemental deck that's running around. And it's not the Omnath crap that loses way too easily. It's the Grinning Ignis combo that's running around with Devilish Fillets, Burgies, Runaway Steamkins, and Hazoret Monuments. And the whole combo comes off Coco. Not great. Not gonna lie. Not great. This is just a rough draft of it, but it absolutely ranched me in 2 straight games in the top 100 of Mythic yesterday. So, worth noting, we're sitting at 148 going into this. Should be a wild ride. Always is, right? Let's have some fun. Alrighty. Top 100 Mythic. Here we go. What's up, Star Trace? It's going alright. Just here to rock out, have some fun with it. Let me know how that audio is sounding. We're trying it on a slightly different system today, so the video quality should be a little bit higher, but the audio mix might be a little off. And if it is, I'd be very curious to hear which is too loud, the voice and or the songs. Okay, let's look at this hand. Opponent goes first. Yeah, we can keep this on the draw. It's not amazing, but if we get any red land off the top, this turns into exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so Greasefang. Annoying. Much as I hate to do it, I think we still have to Thoughtseize turn 1. Okay. Don't get Greasefang. That is the key here. They have all the Parhelions and Asika's Chariots. Will they get the Greasefang in time? Hard to say. Super annoying if they get it off the next few draw steps, though, because, good lord. Mulch. Okay. Well, I know where we're going with this. Let's get into Graveyard Trespasser land. It's time to start exiling these pieces. Parhelion number 1, you are gone. Not even gonna bother blocking that, we don't care.
Welcome to the DarkStream.
Hey, what up, Chris Lab? Okay, so just a raw dog chariot right there. That's fine. How do we want to handle? Gotta get all these things the hell off the battlefield, right? This thing grinds a lot harder than it used to, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, so we're gonna have to go shields down here. We don't really have an answer to Greasefang right now anyway. And if we swing into an Asika's Chariot. We can 2-for-1 ourselves on the back of a Bone Crusher, but that's not really gonna solve it. They'll still have 2 Chariots and a Parhelion. Not good enough. In my opinion, the solution here is to get Kalidas going. Reasoning on that is that Kalidas can take the game all by itself. And now all of these turn into make an army. They should be animating here and swinging. We have to take this one for the team, so to speak. Oh, please swing with Fiends and Foreman. I'll block that with Kalidas all day. All day long. Alright. Yeah, we take it. We move on. Hey, what do you know? We are at 100 followers. Much obliged. Alright, and another Asika's Chariot's out and running. Except they kept the wrong one. That's a little awkward for them. Okay. Well, it's going to be this kind of a day, so let's make sure we start building our own army. How do we want to deal? I think here we are on just Trespasser, Smack Sim. Depending on what they do there, figure it out. Well, no, because if we collide us through. Eek, eek, eek. No easy answers here, is there? Okay. We're definitely still cold to the scenario of Greasefang, but there's no fixing that really. Alright, let's go for it. They get Greasefang, they get Greasefang. They should have seen one by now. Okay. One more draw for them to have a Greasefang here. Did they get it? If not, we might be pretty close to stabilizing the board. Gross. I'm mildly off on math here. Let me double check. 2, 4, 5, 6. Why do math about it? Not quite. Okay, the Withered Bloom got there. Nice. Let's move to the post board. Gets a little bit more interesting for us there. Okay, Thoughtseize, pretty bad here. Kroxa, also not great. We push into, let's see. Hooligans is fine. Cut's pretty mopey, honestly. And I'm not huge on the Chandras here, honestly. What do we want in here? We almost certainly want the Angers. They just do a lot of work for us here. And I like the Hidetsugus, honestly. We could take a Slaughter Games and just go for Greasefang on that and turn them into a bad deck, so that seems reasonable in place of the Chandras. And honestly, do we want the Tenacious Underdogs? We do not. I think I like the Chandras better than that. We can go that route. Yeah. Let's give it a shot. I'm kind of curious, this Abzan Greasefang matchup's a weird one. As you can see, they have the ability to grind us out with the Seekers Chariots left and right. Not what you want to see. That's better. Yeah, we'll go this route. Well, there goes Graveyard Trespasser, probably. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Still a thing. And there's Rafini. What you're seeing there is absolutely no fear on the opponent's part. Yes, you can have the Chandra too. Good lord. Do they take the Glorybringer? Really? I would have imagined the Chandra in this scenario. Interesting. Joke's on them, we have Kalitas. Okay. Very good, Kalitas, very good. Nope, we'll hold back with Kalitas. We don't need to go anywhere yet. There's always another chariot, right? And a push. Okay. Things are lining up nicely. Alright. Wherefore art thou, Hidetsugu? Let's find some stuff of relevance. We don't have a lot of time. So far, no hearse, no slaughter games. Not great. Yeah, no, we're probably gonna need the mana. And a fracture. Well, sometimes you get it all, right? So we can Bone Crush and play it, block it, take 4, go to 3. Potentially stabilize.
Welcome to the TheDarkStream.
About right. Like, this is definitely not ideal, and again, Greasefang off the top is just amazing for them at this point, but we're not seeing the hearses or the slaughter games or the Hidetsugu. Hidetsugu being the one I actually want in this matchup. Because of how many Seekers Chariots that we see, we really want to grab Hidetsugus and just wipe them out that way. There's the Greasefang. Right off the top. Just like clockwork. Alright. Interesting. Yeah, that'll about do it. Okay, Abzan Greasefang. Not the best on that one. Let's take a look at this list. Seeing a rise and uptick in these combo decks again, making me think perhaps there are ways we need to be combating them. And the second Kalitas might just be greedy, frankly. Much as I like it, I mean, it's fine in the mirror, and it does some serious work against Jund food. It might be greedy. And not having a Braids running around anymore might also be greedy. We've kind of pushed away from a Braid. That might not have been our best move. So, let's go this route. Let's shuffle out. The beauty of a Braid is the answer is Seekers and Greasefang, by the way. Let's shuffle out an Anger for an Abrade. Do we want another unlicensed Hearse? I don't think so. Can we afford to? Epic Downfall. Also questionable. I don't think the second... Okay, let's do that. This is probably a slightly stronger plan. We need to be a little bit faster on our feet against these combo decks that are moving, and a Braid helps in like 3 or 4 matchups. Music's epic, but a little bit quieter. Okay, I can do that. I think that might adjust it the way you're hoping for, Star Trace. Let me know. Let me know. Alright. Still sitting in the top 300 at least. Let's see if we can get back on this grind. Hey, Brackley. Played against this opponent yesterday, I believe. Trying to remember what they were on. It was probably a mirror, honestly. I don't love this, but I don't hate it either. We've got 2 spell lands to go with the Trespasser and the Strangle. Turn 1 Thoughtseize is pretty damning. Yeah, it's going to be the mirror. Okay. But we didn't see the turn 1 Thoughtseize, so we are going to see that. Okay. Bone Crusher? Oh, look at that. That's just glorious when that works out. God, this deck top decks so well. Trespasser, Rutro. How do we deal with Trespasser? How do we want to deal with Trespasser is a better question, right? I mean, we could strangle the fucker. Nah. What do we always do when we deal with Trespassers? We set up bait. They kill the Bone Crusher, we get to Trespasser and strangle theirs. Or maybe they're just willing to roll it back and forth like this, which is fine by me also. I will always trade Bone Crushers and 2-for-1s for Trespasser plus that. That's absolutely fine. Because right here... Ooh. All the options. We're not Thoughtseizing yet. We need to establish a board presence. So here, I usually dump a Strangle, right, meow, into a Trespasser, right, meow. No more of that. I mean, I'm assuming they're going for Chandra this turn if they can get there. Ooh, Kroxa. Okay, so they have removal, or they wouldn't have dumped Kroxa into there. That is, I mean, also they discard Heartless Axe, so they definitely have removal. Should be probably Red Source Chandra minus discard something, or, ooh, I think we're seeing the Fatal Push. This is a rare scenario. There it is. And they're going to use it to try and get Kroxa out fast. Okay. Here's the worst part. I can't Kroxa in response. Oh, I can. They're already there. Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be a Kroxa v. Kroxa scenario. We do it for the lulz. We do it for the lulz. They get to Kroxa, and then we get to Kroxa. And our Kroxa blows up their Kroxa because of Fatal Push. Huzzah! We done did it. Yes, yes. We get to do the thing. And there it is, folks. The thing we needed. We'll go this route. Alright. Now we're into top deck wars. They've got the Fatal. Oh, they got Castle. Alright. It's a risky move, but if they get the Fatal Push off the top, it's huge. Oh, there's the Thoughtseize. Look at that. Fucking going for it. I love it. Alright, let's get rid of your Kroxa, though, because, like, Jesus. Derp. Let's put him to 1. No? Okay. Let's put him to 7. That's fine. We can hold this. Oh, yeah, we can hold this. They need the removal, and they need it now. Okay. Going for it. Is it the Fatal Push they needed? It's gotta be. There we go. There's the Fatal Push. But how much pressure can they handle? Yep, that's the problem. No matter what you do here, you gotta be able to handle Den of the Bugbear plus pressure. Yep, and we got the mirror. Game 1. Alright, Brackley, let's do this. Let's run it back again, huh? What isn't good here? For those who haven't played this a lot, you lose the T-Dogs as much as I love them, and you lose the Thoughtseizes. You go into 1 Anger, 2 Abrade, 2 Invokes, and I usually like to dump in 1 Epic Downfall, maybe 1 Hearse. If we do the Hearse, we do it over 1 Bloodtithe. I like having exactly 1 of these. Kroxa is a big deal in the mirrors you just saw. The Abrades are pretty much just there because you need to have a little bit more removal. Like instant speed for man lands and shit, it's important. Anger's there to catch up if you get behind. I'm not 100% on that, to be honest. I think on the play I'll shift this back to Bloodtithe if we go to a game 3. Alright. That's a little bit better. Let's do this. There's gotta be a land on the draw that goes back. Need the action. Go blank, huh? Yeah, I'm willing to dump out the early removal here. But getting Fable into Chandra is still a pretty big game. See, they get all this card advantage, but they're about to get so far behind on tempo, and I'm just not sure that this is what you want to be doing in the mirror. So I'll just do this. And unless the next card from them is Invoke, I'm feeling pretty good. Well, of course, that's the one we don't get to play. Well, did they learn their lesson? Do they have the Invoke? Holy shit, they do. And there's the blowout. Alright. They learned their lesson. We played them yesterday, and yeah, Invoke's the big game. Oy vey. Look at that card advantage. And yet, it still comes down to this. I mean, they've got castles. Oh yeah, it's getting discarded. We are not behind. We are trying to get ahead here. Goodbye, Bloodtithe. We are dedicated to smacking right through. Ah, I see you are a player of incomparable taste as well. But can you top deck like we can? We'll find out. Alrighty. Kill my reflection of Kiki Jiki and Kroxa comes online. Don't kill it. And Kiki Jiki comes online with any top deck, which could be a fucking glory bringer. Well, we don't like that now, do we? Okay. Still got Hearse running around. Kalitas. Things we took out of the board because they're too clunky in most matchups. getting punished a little bit for it at the moment. Not terribly, but enough to make it hurt a little inside, internally, you know? Okay, so blood token into fatal push kind of vibes is what I'm seeing here. Alright, well. We're gonna go this path, let's go this path. Hive, okay. Yep. Well, we got an invoke, that helps. Down goes your Kiki. Unless you're playing kind of foolishly. And we're just going to keep making the hearse a little bit bigger here as we smack on through. Down to 5 they go, and then down to 4. Still going to be a really tight game, and they probably have the advantage on this one, although they are flooding hard. There's the Bone Crusher they needed. And in comes the 2/2 army, which with all this mana is going to make that huge. There we go. Well, if they hadn't hit the removal spell there, we got Bloodtithe into Kiki to get the Cletus off the board. As it is, not so much. What are they doing here? Why wouldn't you play the Bone Crusher? Yeah. Let's see. How do we want to deal? So we need Chandra and a Bone Crusher. We're 1 mana shy. And if we go this route, they can just get there anyway. Yeah, so we can't go that route. We just need to draw the land. So we have to do it this way. Yeah. I think we might be in some real trouble here. A Fatal Push would have been huge. And we may still go that route depending on what we see. Okay. So 5, let's see, 3, 7, 9, puts me at 3. Let's see, 8, 10, go to 2. And no Fatal Pushes, eh? Well, we're gonna do that to stem the bleeding for a moment. I think they get game 2. Yeah, Hive will push them through. Okay. Game 3. Definitely not an anger for game 3. But I'll take the second Epic Downfall. These just have to get wiped out. Is that better than the Bloodtithe? It's hard to say. Probably not. Bloodtithe is pretty damn strong here. So like that? I don't know. I kind of want to fit all of this in. So the question is, what else is on the chopping block for this? Yeah, it's probably the Epic Downfall. The Abrades are just a little too important. The difference is manlands versus Kalitas, but manlands more often than not are a bigger issue as the game goes on. We do have a lot of ways to kill Kalitas. We just failed to find any of them there. Oh yeah, this is glorious. That's exactly how I like to start these games. Is Fable just playing into Bone Crusher? Probably, right? Yeah, let's force some premium removal out. It's a little early, but we have another. Yep, and if that was a Bone Crusher, that was a real rough scenario for them right there. Let's get after it. We are the aggro. Like, they could go blank here, but I'm not super concerned about it, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think I'm still on Graveyard Trespasser here. There's no easy way to swing into this, so if they want to go that route, they're going to have to still take the awkwardness. They can't anger. Okay, so they have another Kalitas if they're going that route. I do not know that the second copy of this is worthwhile, honestly. Alright, Brackley, what you got? Okay. We're clearly the aggro, but they're doing a pretty good job of stabilizing here. We do this before they have the ability to get this token running. Okay, so they did right because the revolt. Shit. That's awkward. Alright, they're down to one card though. Let's make it difficult. We have Kalitas. Holy fuck, yeah, that's pretty good. Man, a day ago they didn't even have close to this deck list. Now they got my exact copy almost. Yeah, this is what happens when you win too much. People take your shit. Alright. That's not what we need. Whatever I hit, they're gonna glory bring, right? But we gotta make sure we don't die. That's 8, 12. Oh, they missed the win. Oh, that's nice of them. Wild. Well, you got this round, Brackley. Looks like they learned their lesson. Used to have Thoughtseize as post board. Now they're on Invokes. It's a lot better. It's a lot better. Let's open alchemy packs. Sadness. Ugh, God, no. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure I love Kalitas in these matchups anyway. Like, it gets out of hand if they have nothing, but they should have something, right? Every time. The T-Dogs necessary? Is that the issue here? Or no, it might just be too much tinkering. Too many overcorrects, perhaps. It's hard to say. Probably the 4th Bone Crusher, right? Although that doesn't help the Greasefang issue, which we definitely are going to run into. I don't know. Let's keep it the same for a second, run it back again. This is a deck that really, really punishes any kind of sloppy play. Oh, and IQ played against them yesterday too. All right, all the classic players resurfacing. We'll run this. Pretty sure they're on Indomitable Creativity. Let's see, the upcoming qualifier weekend. You mean the 20th start race? I will probably do something, yeah. It's kind of a question of what format. Yeah, but it is Indomitable Creativity. Alright. Down goes that. The question when it comes to streaming for tournaments is really one of, like, what format works, because there's all this dead time between rounds potentially, and I don't mean like it's not like classic Magic where you have actual like somewhere between 30 minutes of dead time depending on how fast your deck plays. I know you can get going immediately, but like if it's tournament play, I don't do a lot of talking. I'm like just kind of glued to the screen thinking the whole time, which is fine for me, but I feel like that would be somewhat boring. And I also take like 10-minute breaks between rounds just to clear my head, which is an old MTG tradition based upon smoking way too many cigarettes. Okay, so this deck gets exactly this turn as a window to go Indomitable Creativity into Torrential Gear Hulk. Nope, thank God. Alright. We dump out the Fatal Pushes here, they do almost nothing in this matchup. Sometimes they have the 1-mana counter, but if they don't, this does a nice job of clearing up that Opus. Cool. And then we get a Hive in. Slightly more high value. So I guess my question to you, Star Trace, is this. The weekend of the 20th, we're playing Alchemy, because we glitch queued in. Do you want to see that streamed? You know? Is that worth the time to sit down and stream it? Or is that just... you know? There's a voltage surge. Alright.
I will miss you forever.
Really? Animagma Opus comes off that. Do they have the Indomitable? One time dealer. Nope. Okay. I really thought they'd have the Indomitable, to be honest with you. And now we get to do something we rarely get to do. Play Shatterskull Smashing for Trey. I mean, I've looked at Alchemy. Our team tests a little bit here and there. There's the sensor, yep. One of the things that I noted pretty heavily when I was looking at Alchemy was that there isn't a good solution to a lot of that format. I think we do this into Fable. Like, there's Jund combo, there's Esper mid. Neither of those are fun. That's kind of the problem. They sure are around, but they just, kind of gross. Okay. Hear it. Let's make little Fable things that swing. Rawr. Oh, thank God. Well, we can play that first. Okay, what do we get off the top? Bet it's land. Yes, it's always land. They have Magma Opus, so yeah, we're doing this? Yeah, we're doing this. I guess they could have a Gear Hulk over the top. Nope. Okay, they would have Gear Hulk there if they had it. Yeah, if Wizards would have given us a real format instead of their latest abortion, that would have been great. But instead they gave us their latest abortion. Let's see. Let's go ahead and... What do we have in the grave? Anything we care about? Ish. Let's do that. Yeah, I liked Alchemy when it first came out. We played the shit out of it. The problem is that they just started making it worse and worse. There's no nice way to put that, you know? Okay. This matchup. Dresses, important. Go blank, important. Abrades, very important. Hidetsugu is weirdly important. Slaughter games, also weirdly important. And unlicensed her is still a thing. What we don't like here is cut, strangle. I don't love Fatal Push, but I don't hate it. I'm back and forth on it, frankly. If we're doing Hidetsugus, we should probably dump the Fables out, right? I mean, they're... Oh, right. T-Dogs come out. They're huge on Anger here. Like, Anger of the Gods is how they reset everything. Kalidas is kind of bleh. I think we're just dumping out 4 Fables here and going for it. Kroxa is not amazing. We can dump a couple Fables here. Ah, hell, we can dump 3. We can leave 1 just for the kids. I guess I'll take a moment before I get into the game. So, Alchemy was really fun at the conception of it because they were nerfing the bad parts of Standard, and all of a sudden we could play all these cards that we had never tried before, and it was really interesting. And then they started treating it like a secret layer release every fucking set, and all of a sudden they pushed it as hard as they could. So now all these... There's only really 2 decks. It's Jund Combo and Esper Mid, and both of those decks are defined by mythics out of the latest few Alchemy sets. which sucks, because the whole point of Alchemy was that Standard was unplayable, and they needed to fix it. And then they're like, yeah, no, but like this is even more unplayable. Like, Standard's not bad right now from what I understand. I haven't played it in a minute, because Explorer is so much fun. And I'm a sucker for an Eternal format, frankly. The fact that this is like Pioneer with all the bans they wish they could do, but refuse to, just makes it a little bit sweeter, a little bit spicier. Let's see. Well, I guess we can do that turn 1 Thoughtseize. Thanks, Den of the Bugbear. What you got? Shark Typhoon it is. So I would love to see them fix Alchemy by just not printing any more Alchemy cards and just going back to like nerfing pieces of Standard and buffing other pieces, because that to me was a cool like an E format, you know? That was just neat. I was a huge fan of that. Alright, do we need to have Kolaghan's Command? Like, do we need to... Yeah, we need to be able to blow up their Indomitable Creativity target when they Opus here. Yep. And this is where we get to get ahead. This might get the scoop, honestly. Sometimes they just scoop it up. Guess not. Alright. Well, either way, that worked out nicely. Okay. Downside. We don't get to play Chandra. Meow. Do we force... I think we force a Bone Crusher out here. Like, if they want to push a Den of the Bugbear into Bone Crusher, I am game for that. Especially if it's at the cost of a Sekenzan. And if they don't do either, we finally get our beat stick to get rolling. Alright, well that feels rude. Yeah, I'm in for it, but rude. Printing busted cards at Mythic is pretty annoying. Yeah, it really is. Okay. You know, let's force that Den of the Bugbear issue, right? And or Sekenzan. Let's just force all of it. Healy and Shark Typhoon. Shit. Hand must be halfway stacked. Except that they only had a Sekenzan on top of that. Okay. What's your plot, you rogue? How many Magma Opus do you have in here? Just the one? Alright. That feels pretty good. Well, we've got some removal spells to deal with this Fable issue, and they don't really have much in the way of Gat. I mean, technically they could go into double, if they got Indomitable off the top, they could just go into double Torrential, which I would do if I were them, but... fair. Alright, let's go Kiki. Rule of thumb is always kill the fucking Kiki. Cards do good. Okay, now we swing and see what they do. That's what I thought. Okay, another Bloodtithe. Yeah. Like, I spent $50 to pick up the rest of Alchemy, and I hated it every moment of it. So it's one of those things where you do it because you're qualified, but like, can I bring myself to really test heavily for that? Not on stream. The format's filled with far too much of me getting angry, and that's not really what the stream's about. Alright, little Volt Surge. Getting after it. I'll take one. If you're not going to block with it, you might as well. I mean, Much as I want to activate Den of the Bugbear and swing there, okay. Couldn't exactly risk it. Like, whatever they're playing, whatever they're doing, it's how they get you to spend money on alchemy. Yeah, no shit. Fucking way too easily. Activate the den. Do it. Do it. Fuckers. Yeah, whatever. I'll activate then. Let's get after it, huh? No regrets. You think your Gear Hulk's saving you? Not completely. Alright, down comes Gear Hulk. Not yet, huh? Okay. There comes the Gear Hulk. And boom goes the dynamite. Good game. Hey, we got one. There we go, gang. So much combo lately, right? 2 out of 3 have been combo. I don't know, do we just need the other Go Blank in there over the Duress? Is that a stronger move just because of this Gear Hulk, Abzan Greasefang thing? Probably. Yeah, we probably need to switch it back. We switched it to 2 Duress, 2 Go Blank, but we used to have 2 Go Blank and 1 Duress, and that's probably correct. Because we just need to be messing with their graveyard a little bit more. I don't love it, but that's the way of things sometimes. I'm also super unsure on Slaughter games versus just playing another Duress. But this does answer a lot of shit that kind of just turns off decks. You know, like we hit Greasefang, now they have to win with Chariots, basically. Which, if we draw the Hidetsugus, gets a lot easier for us. And the Abrades are going to make that a lot easier, too. I mean, this is starting to feel more tuned. I'm not sure 2 Epic Downfalls needed. It might just be 1. I don't know. The sideboard for this is always a work in progress, but the main is pretty well set at this point. The Heartless Act goes in and out, depending on whether we need Abrades or Heartless Acts or some other shit. Cut to Ribbons can also go in and out. I leave it for now. I think it's important for the mirror, but I could see a scenario where we see enough Greasefang that we're like, alright, Abrade over cut and over Heartless Act, and we're just on like 4 Abrades. Just depends. Like, Abzan Greasefang is sneakily grindy and very good at it. It's the best Greasefang deck, and I don't think it's close. A lot of people argue that with me online, but Mardu is super glass cannon. Esper is kind of too. Like, you can just pick that deck apart. But Abzan, the Asika's Chariot backup plan is what Esper is trying to do when it plays things like Rafine and Wandering Emperor, except it's a vehicle, so it just plays into it better. I don't know. It's a question of what you like to try and do with your Greasefangs, but personally, I think the green lets it roll a little bit deeper. Yeah. Well, it's a port from Pioneer. I think I ported it about 2 weeks ago when I first saw the Pioneer list, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's spicy. The only thing it's missing is Satyr Wayfinder, which you can replace with Mulch. It's not as good, but like it's not that far off. It's the difference of a 1/1 body, basically. And sometimes you get multiple lands, so I guess Mulch can work out better. But literally every other card from the Pioneer list is in there, except for Abrupt Decay, which you don't need because you have Assassin's Trophy, and you don't care if they get lands. You're just trying to get through the hate. Condormason. Let's go. Okay, I like this hand. Let's see. My guess, by the way, for Alchemy Star Trace is that I will probably end up playing Esper because I don't want to get Carpal Tunnel from playing fucking Jund, and that deck has a million clicks. So I will probably end up on Esper. I gotta tell you, the hardest part of streaming is when a dog is in the same room, farts, and then you can just, it's just wafting at you the whole time. You can't move. You're in the middle of a game. Holy fuck, though. Whew. It's a spicy one. It's a spicy one, Blue. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to be on the Esper Coward gang from last stream, but for Alchemy, like, the fuck else can you do? I've been trying to break Mono Red. It's not good enough. I've been trying to break a few other decks as well, and they're not good enough, and I'm just, like, at my wit's end for what to do with it. And I'm sad to say I think the solution just might have to be play Espered mid for Alchemy, because Mono Green and Mono Red are not strong enough to beat either of those decks because of the Diviner Fates and the combo shit. It just... ugh. I hate that that's the case. I really do. Alright. Well, we're playing against Mono Red. They did not get the busted start, and now they're about to feel the wrath of the glory. And this is gonna probably get the scoop, because Glorybringer with an active Kiki as of next turn is has a lot to overcome. I don't know. If I'm them, I'm not real happy about this positioning. We still have the Fatal Push for whatever they play too. Like, Embercleave's not coming out here. Ooh, okay. Okay. I see what they're doing here. Yeah. Oh, I am here for that. That is a hell of a play. Okay, so they're probably betting on Embercleave to get there. That's spicy. That's very spicy. Oh, luckily we have Kulligan's Command. Okay, so we're just swinging... Yeah, okay. So it's Graveyard Trespasser here. We're lucky we have the Kulligan's Command. This is why you play Shatter Effects in the main. Just when you thought Embercleave was going to get you there. Boo, Wendy Testaburger. Okay, they don't have Embercleave. What the fuck are they trying to do here? Alright, whatever. Graveyard Trespassers all day, baby. If you attack with Hazoret, I'm going to block with Graveyard Trespasser because it's going to die anyway, and this does absolutely nothing for you. It's a very weird attack to make. That's just handing me the game. I mean, I'm here for it. Hand it on over. I'm not even going to show the Kulligan's Command. Alright, so 4-7. I don't think I'm missing anything here. New cards, blah blah blah. Get him dead red, let's go. Hazoret's still a fucking house. Cool to see though. Okay, Anger, Braid, Extinction. Thoughtseize is getting pulled. And I'm pretty sure it's that simple. This helps with the Hazoret issue. We could go on to play Invoke Despair, but I don't think that's the best path. There's a lot of paths to take. I don't think that's the right one. Kroxa is still a house here. I do like having these Abrades here. That's pretty good. Oh, we can play an Epic Downfall. They play enough 3-drops that's worthwhile, and it eats Hazorets. And Bone Crushers, and Annexes. You know what we're playing too. I've already convinced myself. T-Dog, you don't matter very much here. Yeah, let's run it back like this. It's about time for us to go on a win streak, right? Let's do it. Condormason. Would not want to be playing mono red in this field. Too much Rakdos mid. Well, that's no lands. There's lands. We can do that. Ship to dip. Bloodtithe's the weakest link there because of Bone Crusher in their list. Yep. We had to get 3 Blood Crypts this game. Ouch. So much ouch. There's the robber. Okay. Don't take good lands. Oh, that's pretty good too. Okay. Yeah, that helps. Okie dokie. We are not letting you play Bloodtithe Harvester. Nay. Nay. You get to hit for 1, and then you get to play your Annex, or Bone Crusher, whatever the fuck. Okay, none of the above. Don't know why. Don't care. Graveyard Trespasser. Here we go. Let's get that 1 life back. I don't know what they have. Maybe it's just double burn spell here. I don't know. Weird that they're time walking on 3 mana. Very weird. Red Cat melee? Holy balls, that seems terrible. What are you doing? You have to lose your land. What are you doing? I mean, okay. No, don't take the Glorybringer. The douche. Okay, we go to 11, we blow up the Robber of the Rich, they get to eat the Chandra. But we can't have them casting Glorybringer in like 5 turns. Yes, yes, you get to eat the Chandra. You didn't eat the Chandra. What are you doing? What are you doing? Alright, don't question it, just do it. Don't be a Glorybringer. Yeah, right. I guess just kill the 1-drop? I don't know. Seems wrong and weird, but we're doing it. Why are they bone crushing to the face? Was ist das? This feels very wrong. That red cap seems odd. Ooh, burning tree. Okay. Well, this is gonna feel filthy, so let's do it. Derp. Okay. Gonna return and deal 2 damage. Yep, yep, and yep, yep. And the army begins. Okay. You have a turn to answer Kalidas before it goes way out of control. And you have 2 lands. And Red Cat melee is not a good answer here, but it may be all you have. Why did you play Red Cat melee in this deck? You're not seeing that much of the mirror. Hi, Blue. Doggo is here. It's a cute doggo. Alright, what do we get off the top? Damage to them. Good enough for me. Condormason, I have no idea how you managed to get this far into Mythic given the sloppy play, but we'll correct that mistake and bump you out of the top 1200. Yeah. Alright, we're almost back to where we started after going 2-2. Let's keep this train rolling. Gotta see if we can get our way into the top 100. We were there briefly. I think so far we've gone into the top 70 a few times. Yesterday we did. Just testing out different ideas with this. Ironically, I think our loss at the end of it was to NIQ, Neek, playing Indomitable Creativity again. So we're 1-1 there, and 1-1 with Brackley. Not the coin flips I was hoping for, but perhaps the coin flips I fucking deserved. Ah, Christ. Alright. Part of me really just wants to like start a stream by eating an edible and seeing how long it takes for it to kick in. You know, at what point does my play just become destructively bad? Definitely not playing Rakdos mid, if that's the scenario though. Gotta play something like combo-rific. So even when it kicks in, I can just be like, oh, whatever, click, click, got there.
And the whole world stops just like that.
Okay, we're bouncing out. Once we get to waiting at like over a minute, you can get scenarios where it pairs you down way, way too high. Oh, Hollywood. It may happen, Star Trace. It may happen. Yeah, if you sit in the waiting queue, by the way, the faster you pair, the closer you pair to your rank. The longer it waits, the more it broadens the search. Izzet Creativity deck is good. Is it the best in Explorer? No. I think the Rakdos mid deck is as close as you're going to get to a consistent, reliable deck that lets you learn the format and rewards tight play. But the Creativity deck has some just unbeatable draws, and it does a really good job if you play a lot of poker. I think it's a stronger deck because you're going to have a lot of scenarios where you're presenting as if you have something. I also think that's the difference between low tier and top tier play with Izzet Creativity. If you get into like the top, I don't know, 1,000 of Mythic, people start to respect your plays more, so they play around it, which gives that deck points in my opinion. Whereas if they just force you to have it every time, you're going to lose a certain percentage just because you don't have it and they don't respect it. Atog, number 198. All right, Atog, let's do this. This is so close. We keep it because we need a land untapped in the next 2 draw steps. And we play 25. Statistically speaking, we should see it. When we don't, I will rage.
Living in a crowded dream, searching for the quiet that you need to breathe. Gave up on your sanity to hide behind your shadow.
And the reason we're playing this instead of this first is because the 2 life may matter, but yeah, okay, we really need a land. Ugh, don't want to fatal push that, but I will, especially if we can get a graveyard trespasser. Honestly, I think I'll wait and take the 2 points first though, because what they play next may be far more relevant. What you got? You're definitely black aggro. Yeah, we're getting rid of that. Good God. 1 or fewer. See, I think we may actually want them to do this because if we discard and draw, we might get into a land. God, I want to get rid of it, but we have so much action here. And if we get the land right here, fucking hell. That's okay. What on earth is this? Alright, we're flipping back over to this. I don't know. This rock list is apparently only 10 songs long, which seems like a really great way to get a copyright strike. No thank you. No transforming. Just say no to drugs, kids. Just say no. Rawr. I know we want the Fable there, but like, also... yeah. Once I finish up this match, Star Trace, I'll take a look at the Izzet creativity deck with you. Like, this is the fully loaded account, so it gets a little bit, well, some extra, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. Like, I have every deck in every format at this point. I just don't know that it's worth it, and I don't want to mislead you. Okay, so kill everything and end up with a Fable on a dead board that can lead into a Glurbringer? Yeah, I think that's fine. No Gutterborns for you. I guess this doesn't really matter. Also don't know why they would block like that. Okay, the Fatal Push prior to them doing something was definitely over-aggressive. There's the minor error that may end up costing me substantially. Yeah, that was a little foolish. Otherwise they might have just swung and then we block and then they pump and then we Fatal Push and then they wasted their whole fucking turn. Which probably would have been a stronger play. I don't actually think we're gonna get rid of anything here. Because I really like the Thoughtseize here. Wow, nothing but lands. Okay. Fable it is. We can race this. If you don't have a Thoughtseize for this Glurbringer, it's about to come. And it's gonna get backed up by Kikis. I guess even if you do... Ooh. Yeah, that's gonna hurt your soul a little bit, I'm sorry. We can discard here. Alright, maybe that wasn't the best play. Whatever. Let's do it. Rawr. Kill everything. They take 8. Go to 6. We have Kiki and Fables. You're gonna get boarded out so hard. Do they have the removal? That'd be pretty spicy. Not good enough, but spicy. Okay. Another swamp. Why wouldn't you play the castle there? Just, you know what I mean? Ugh, God, I want these lands, though. I don't think they're understanding the position they're in here. 5/5 with menace, sure. Alright, whatever. There we go. There's the scoopy scoop. Okay. Anger. Relevant. Abrades. Relevant. Extinction. Relevant. Hiretsugu? Weirdly relevant. I think they play over 12 1-drops here. Yeah, we're fine with Hiretsugus. Thoughtseize is not relevant. Tenacious. Very irrelevant. Kroxa. Pretty bad. One in. Probably an epic downfall here. I could say the hearse, I guess, too. I don't really want to lose the top end, though. Do they have any artifacts? Yeah, they do. That's an artifact. Yes, we like this. We like this very much. I really want the ability to abrade something that's been Blade of the Oni so it falls out of the fucking sky and we get to block it. It's very satisfying. Do we lose 1 Fable, 2 Fables for Unhearse and Downfall? Maybe. Maybe. Let's try it this way. This is just chock full of fucking removal. Like, literally every card in here is pretty much a removal spell. Can we beat the aggro deck with like 32 removal spells? Hopefully. Hopefully. Not when we're mulliganing like this, though. Come on, Arena Shuffler. I don't want to believe in the conspiracy. Yeah, it feels like a bit of a trap, right? kind of just need to kill stuff and get to Chandra, probably. Yeah. We'll see what they do. There's the 1-drop. Gutter booms. Yeah, we can go this route. Don't come at me. Damn it. They came at me. Well, you take the Chandra here, probably. You can't take the Bone Crusher, so you probably take the Shandy. Is a Shandy. Maybe it's the push, I don't know. Depends on the hand, right? Well, it's awkward, but we're doing it. Don't want him to get Spawn of Mayhem out and running. Cool. I guess let's race. I'll do Hive and then Blood Crypt to utilize it. Seems about right. They have Spawn of Mayhem, they probably play it here. Same goes for Rankle. Reaper's good. Reaper's fucking good. Got Hive, which can do a little cleanup work. I will block the Reaper with the Fable token, no doubt. No cap. I think that's how the kids say it. No fucking cap. This is kind of a 1/2 for 1/2 scenario. You know what I mean? Like they get to draw a card, we kind of get 2 creatures. Meh. Ugh. Okay. Not what you want. Not what you want. Yeah, that's what I fucking figured. Alright, we get Revolt next turn. We pass it on back. Unless they go blank here. Yes, yes. You get to Lava Axe my face in. Glad we have those epic downfalls, Jesus. Dread Wanderer? And you are not gonna like what's about to happen. Alright, this feels good, gang. Get ready for it. Rawr. Yeah, we do this first because we want the blood token. And we have revolts. Off you go. Alright, blood token doesn't work like that. Well, at least we still get the 1 blood token. Good enough for me. Do a little shoulder shrug again. Atog. What are we gonna do, huh? What are we gonna do? Play another one, huh? Yeah, it's pretty good. I think we're just gonna dump out the Strangle at this point. That's not really that relevant. That's a little bit more relevant. That's definitely more relevant. Holy crap. Okay. Yep. The beauty of this is that we can swing everything. And they have to block. They don't get to block Kiki. They gotta block probably Glorybringer here. Yeah. Spice. Hey, Detsugu. What'd I say? Shit popped off. Alright, 3 and 2 and up to 125. Not bad for an 0-2 start. Alright, Star Trace. Let's take a look at creativity. Where did I shuffle that deck? Here we are. Is it creative? Okay. There's a lot of different builds of this. This is probably not the best one, but it isn't super far off of where I would start. Search for Azcanta is probably greedy. The Fire Prophecies are necessary. I think the Censors are necessary. That many Prismari Command is probably greedy. I think Unexpected Windfall is worth looking at. Like, I could see a scenario where we rock 2 of those, cut down a little bit there, because this really does ramp you nicely. How many lands are we running? 24? That seems reasonable. You need the Fables, you need the Once a Kenzen. You can go into a heavier red build if you want and play things like Dwarven Mine. I don't think it's worth it. Because you lose so much off the blue end of things, because you have to run Steam Vents, now you gotta run the tapped lands, which can just bone you later on. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, the deck's pretty simple. Sublime Epiphany is sneaky good and worth noting. I do like having more Unexpected Windfalls in this list. You need to be able to go on the end of their turn 4. You need to threaten basically Opus Gear Hulk. And this gives you that really quickly. You know, this means your turn 5 can be double Gear Hulk with Indomitable. And even if you don't have like shit else in grave, you can still flashback Unexpected Windfall and whatever you discarded, which might be an Opus or a Sublime. So I do like having, I think, 6 copies between the two. Yeah. Sideboard needs work. The Mystical Disputes are almost certainly going to stay. You still have an issue with Mono Blue Spirits, and it's pretty important that you solve it. Anger the Gods, Aether Gust, Negates, Chandras. These are all kind of generic scenarios to deal with a variety of threats, but again, I don't know that this is correct. Worth noting, Fry kills Greasefang. Worth noting. You may also want some number of unlicensed hearses in this list. You may want, if you're really worried about red decks, Anger of the Gods helps, Aether Gust helps, but you can shift it. The reason it's Aether Gust, not Chandra's Defeat or Red Cap melee, is so that those mono-green devotion lists don't overrun you. It also happens to flip an Asika's Chariot back on top if they're hard casting it, which is kind of nice. Chandras are there more for control, but again, I don't know how necessary they are. Like, you gotta look at what you're boarding against control, which is the 4 Fire Prophecies come out. But there's not that much more that has to come out, and you do need to keep some number of Prismari commands in case they have things like Grafdigger's Cage and shit. I don't think Grafdigger stops this. I don't know, I'd have to look at the interaction. I don't think it stops that, but they could have Weathered Runestone, other shit, you know, where you just need to be able to answer it. Unlicensed Hearse, you definitely need to be able to answer that, because that is a huge problem for this deck. Like, the Hearses are really good right now, and that continues to be a question for Rakdos, whether you want 1, 2, or 3 copies of the Hearse. I play 1 because 1's amazing no matter what. The question of whether you want the second one is difficult. It's very difficult. And we sort of work around that by having the 2 Abrades and the 2 Go Blanks. So that way you don't need the second Hearse necessarily, because you have some artifact removal to keep some things in check, and the ability to keep Greasefang in check. And you have more ways to interact with the graveyard. I don't know. I try not to get too narrow. Like, as we've seen with Hidetsugu, it's good against food, but it's also good against these mono black decks. It's very good against the mono blue spirits where they have 16 1-drops. This is my sneaky way of sideboarding against them, because you just flip removal against them, and then eventually, if you're lucky, you get to Hidetsugu, blow out the low end of their curve. And once they're out of all their 1-drops and Curious Obsessions, it's actually not that hard to clean up their 2-drops. Like, their 1-drops are scarier than their 2-drops. Where are we sitting right now? So we started at like 140 something, I think, and we're at 125. We're 3-2. Other decks, Star Trace, that are worth looking at. Snow Spirits is still a fucking thing. This is not an easy deck to play or pilot, but it is still very powerful. This is also not necessarily the right build, but it's not far off of where I would go. It struggles mightily with Rakdos, that's why I'm not playing it. But this needs a third hearse, that's on me. Sorry, definitely needs the third hearse more than the third witness protection. You have to be able to answer Greasefang. It's kind of a big deal. I just want all my 1-drops here. My OCD is going nuts. Alright, well, it's not pretty, but it's there. Yeah, Mono Blue is tier 1. I think Rakdos is tier 1, tier 0, tier S, whatever. It's really fucking hard to deal with. There is a blue-white deck that is out there and an Esper deck that is out there that everybody loves, but every time I see these lists pop off, I just go back and play Rakdos and blow them out, because this grinds better than every control deck I've ever played, and it has Thoughtseize. So it's really hard for them to deal with you, with any level of consistency. Mono Red's 1.5. I think Creative's like 1.25. If they're ready for this deck, you have a lot of problems. That's why I like Rakdos, because it's impossible to be like quote-unquote ready for that deck. The best deck I've seen against Rakdos is this Rug combo, and I'm not getting Carpal Tunnel playing it. Like, grinning Ignis decks, until they give us a very, very simple way to loop shit, I'm just not interested. Because, I mean, Ignis decks are decks that you really just kind of want to loop infinite, and instead you're going to click 40 times to get just enough to win, and it's, you know, there's all the Alchemy decks, by the way. I push them as E for Explorer, A for Alchemy, S for Standard, H for Historic. So I crafted up, you know, the 5 decks I was curious about for Alchemy, and if you want the weird stuff, Abzan Greasefang, still a fucking thing. And this is about where I'd go with that. I don't think we're too far away. It's not right, but it's not far off either. I do think these need to be mulches. I tried it out the other way, because I was curious. But I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be mulches. And I can't remember what these are supposed to be, but it's not Branch Walker. Had to try out a few different ideas. 23 lands. Yeah, it's pretty close. I don't remember what these are supposed to be, but I know it's supposed to be 4 mulch instead of 4 Satyr Wayfinder, and this is supposed to be a spicy one of. And that's not. Oh, Witherbloom. Where the fuck are the Witherbloom? Derp. That's what it was. It's 2 Witherbloom command go in. That's where you go for Greasefang. And the sideboard looks about like this. If you need any of these lists, Star Trace, just pop over to the Discord and let me know what you want me to post over there for you, and I'm happy to do so. This is the old Machine Head pre-Kalitas. You can probably dump that out at this point. There's Green-White Angels, but like honestly, this deck is as boring gets. And I don't think it's particularly good. It's just around every so often. So I am going to dump that out because I hate having all these extra decks sitting around. Humans, I keep. Esper can go. Humans is still a list that is close to being good enough. The question is like Coco versus going mono white and getting like wedding announcements and shit. I think the wedding announcement build might be stronger, frankly, than Coco, which is a weird thing to say. But wedding announcement is hard for all these mid-range decks to answer, and it turns on Thalia's lieutenants like crazy. So I'd actually be curious in doing. Let's just see what mono white looks like. We've got a moment. and, you know, human. I think there are some number of Thraben Inspectors that are supposed to go in this list. I just haven't fucked with them yet. Where are we? They're somewhere, right? Wedding? Where's the wedding? Come on now. There we are. You also get to curve out a little bit lower, which is nice, and you get to play, I guess Faceless Haven gets to come back in. That's kind of sweet, actually, that you get Faceless Havens, which are humans. Doop, doop. Plus all these sweet lands, right? Alright, so we're probably on 23 lands? Yeah. Let's get out of here. Let's get over to human again. And let's push it to mythics and rares. What's the 2-drop I'm thinking of, huh, chat? I think you have to play the full 4 of these main when we go that route. Where are you? Okay. 8, 12, 2, 3. That's probably 4 of. I think this is about where I would go. This is really close. Last slot's probably... Ooh. Just for Nissa, you know? Shutting down Nissa is so much fun. I guess Brutal Cathars go back here. Sun Gold, still a thing, right? Do we play Benelish Marshals? I don't know. That feels greedy. Okay, it's probably the Thraben Inspector as much as we just need a few more. If they get pumped, they do things. It's like that. Yeah, I think that's where I'd start on mono white humans. Call that the white weenie humans. Kind of curious on that, actually. Not curious enough to interrupt what we're doing for this stream, but definitely curious. I don't know what the last 4 cards are in the sideboard, but I can say... No, that's greedy. It's definitely some number of hers. It's probably 3. We need to have answers. In between Sun Golds, Giant Killers, and hearses, we should be fine against the Greasefang lists. Hey, yeah. Also, if you don't like the ads and you do have Amazon Prime gives you 1 free sub a month, and we would of course be blessed and honored if you wanted to use it over on our stream. Not that you have to by any means, and I've tried to keep the ad wall from being too much of an issue, but sometimes it's a bitch. So, Humans. Human. Nope, that's not how you spell. Yeah, so mono white humans. I'm just trying to find the last slot for the sideboard at this point, because I'm close, and I don't think 4 unlicensed hearse is ever correct. I also don't love Containment Priest ever. I think the card is at best. Oh, it's probably 1 Skyclave Apparition. It's not a human, but it's the 5th piece of removal. It's a thing. Okay, so this is what mono white humans looks like for me. The Extraction Specialist, there are plenty of people that disagree. Fuck them, I think it's amazing. This is a 2-for-1 value that when you get Luminarchs or Dahlia's Lieutenants with it, it's gonna feel gross. Because they're gonna blow these up and then you're gonna go boom, get them back. Even if they can't swing right away, they just start pumping a lifelink or they have to answer and then they're still there. So it's just 2-for-1, 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 2-for-1. Adeline's the heart and soul of the fucking deck. And I like Spellbinders more than Brutal Cathars in the main. We are the aggro, we are the beatdown. and we get big enough that we don't necessarily have to clear paths with Brutal Cathars in game 1, but we do have to beat control right in the fucking teeth, which this does a good job of doing. I don't know if this is better than Green-White or even Abzan Humans, but it's a deck. It's worth looking at. Affinity and Azorius Metal are 2 other decks that are kind of worth looking at different points. They're getting closer to good because Ensoul got reprinted, and so did Darksteel Citadel. I still don't think they're good, but they're a lot fucking closer. This would be good if they could give us Sanctum of Ugin. I think that would actually make this deck pretty fucking good. Because if you have Sanctum of Ugin in here as a 4-of, all of a sudden casting Metalwork typically means you're casting 2. 2 10/10s is a lot better than 1. All of a sudden their removal just doesn't matter that much because they can kill 1, you bring it back anyway. In the meantime, you've got another 10/10 that's about to have double strike with the Bronze Knuckles. It's quite something. Let's see. I've been messing around with this a little bit. I don't think it's good enough, but I don't know. Arcanist is a deck, and this sure does apply a shitload of pressure quickly. Still, don't think it's right. And then we get to good old Izzet mid, which I also think is just slightly off, and I haven't figured out the build I actually want for this yet. So that's like all the, that's it. That's my quick look at all the different shit that's in the format. Izzet Fires is not exactly tier 1, but it's pretty close. It does beat the shit out of a lot of decks. It just has other issues. Yeah, it has some pretty hefty issues. Control's not easy for this. Even with the 4 Shark Typhoons, the 4 Brazen Borrowers, and the 4 Mystical Disputes, still not easy, which says a lot about the deck. Alright. Jesus, we've already decayed to 126. No. Alright, let's get another one in. I know these streams are kind of quick affairs. They don't usually last all that long. But that's part of the point, because they're high energy affairs, and I don't think anybody wants to watch 8 hours of kind of meh play. Alrighty. Rakdos mid. We're 3-2. Can we get to 4-2? Can we get that 66 win percent that I love so much? The one that says this is almost tournament ready. Maybe, just maybe. Oh man, I really wish that Twitch would cut a deal with Spotify already so that we could play Spotify music that isn't just stream beats, because I would love nothing more than to play some fucking Slipknot and just, I don't know, bounce between metal, rap, alternative, you know, like have some shit that's really upbeat. I don't know, maybe this works better for the background. I don't know. Umisan, number 356. Play ball. Hell yeah. This is what we're about. Don't Thoughtseize me. Don't do it. You're gonna do it. It's definitely turn 1 thought. Every time. Alright. So probably Greasefang. But it could be Esper, Greasefang, instead of Abzan. We'll find out. Abzan Greasefang. Almost certainly. Unless they're on a weird Siege Rhino deck. Nope, it's Greasefang. Okay. And they've got the Parhelion. Okay. Well, 2 people can attack, and I can be one of them. Yep, you know you can't safely play the Greasefang yet. Okay. Let's see what they get in the grave here. Getting rid of this just feels like we're asking for more trouble, you know? It's a real Sophie's pickle. Okay, so we play like this so that we can get a Fatal Push off the top, potentially. I don't know, if this deck is going to pick up, I might just have to put the second unlicensed Hearse back in, because this feels real awkward. Where are my Graveyard Trespassers at? Wow, they are just fucking going for it. There's the Greasefang. Okay. Senior Greasy. Just chillin'. Nope, that was not the Fatal Push we need, so they get Parhelion. Can we battle through a Parhelion? Is gonna be close. Let's see, it'll exile. They get the Parhelion, they get the Angels, we get the Glorybringer. Oh lord. I mean, I'm not auto-scooping this one. It's still close enough, technically. What are you doing there, buddy? I guess they could just scoop because they disconnected, which is, they have to be DQ, like disconnected at the moment. I don't know. There it is. Reconnected at last. Yep, 13 points. That is potentially everything they have. So is it Chandra here? Does that make a difference? No, we just need them to make a mistake? Okay. Right. I guess they may not have a discard outlet. That's where we're at? Is there nothing else in here? Okay. Except they do, because they can't stay away. Yeah, we have to go. We just have to hope they're dumb enough to block one. They could. In case you're wondering why we didn't go the other way, it's because they can't stay away the Rafine's Informant, which then discards the Parhelion, so if we don't kill the thing, it goes through. Okay. They got this one. Let's go to the post board. Post board's where we need to win. Braids. Big deal. Go blanks. Big deal. I like Hidetsugu's against the Abzan build, and I like Unlicensors. Now, what don't I like against them? Kroxa feels real bad. Tenacious, pretty mopey. What else does not work against them? Fables, just way too slow. I think the rest of this can all stay. You know, we'll dump one Chandra for one Extinction. Yeah. Do we keep an Epic Downfall? The only thing they have though is Greasefangs, and that's not worth it. I don't think Chandra works in this matchup really. They're a little too fluid. That's probably stronger than the Wind Duress, though. Like, let's just cut out. Yeah. Let's cut it like that. Let's see what happens. If we still lose this, then we're 0-2 against Greasefang. It means we need to rethink that matchup and that side and the sideboard for it. It definitely means I'm going up to a second unlicensed Hearse. Please Rafine's Informant. Not so much, huh? Okay. Fair enough. We're getting pretty close to a place where I'm not super concerned. Sure. Don't mind this at all. Again, I don't think there are any 2 cards at 3 mana that I'm worried about here. Yeah. I think it's a mistake on their part to go into the Graveyard Trespasser plan. It's not a plan that does amazingly against me. Just turns them into a worse mirror, or a better mirror for me, essentially. We'll see though. Let's go to this final game. Thoughtseize versus Thoughtseize deck. Always fascinating. Yeah, we're still keeping this. We're on the draw. We've got enough lands that if we... I mean, look at this curve. This is just gorgeous if we draw lands. Alright, gang. One time. I mean, Greasefang's great in BO1, but there's no denying that it has quite a bit to offer in this as well. What is this? Target player mills 3 cards. -3, -1, lose 2 life. Okay, there goes your Informant. We're not playing that game. Alright, deck. I need a land in the next 2 draw steps that's untapped. So I can get this Graveyard Trespasser and go blank scenario going. What we don't want is for them to go, can't stay away the Rafine's Informant, toss the Parhelion, grab an Esper Greasefang, and blows the fuck out. These matches are so dangerous. Keeps life spicy though. They disconnected? Maybe? DC'd? Maybe. Oh, come on. I don't want it that way. I mean, I do, but I don't, you know? I actually want to play this match and figure out what the deal is. Alright. Yeah, we're still in this. They have Witherbloom command. Man, that DC. Brutal. Can we get a 3rd land, though? Kind of a big deal, too. Might be a DC win. I think we might need the hearse. That's Abzan Greasefang twice in 6 matches, so that's a third of the meta tonight. And I'm willing to put the second hearse back in if we're going to see that much of it. Trying to think of what it needs to go in over. Damn. Alright. This would have been an awkward game. A very awkward game. Well, they've got about 10 seconds to get back into this before it just scoops them out. And there it goes. Not the way we want it, but win's a win, I guess. Almost into the top 100. Okay, so clearly Abzan Greasefang is starting to make its presence known, which isn't super surprising, I guess. Let's see. Wither Bloom, Mulch, Can't Stay Away. Yeah, that's still about how I would build it. Oh god, no, the mana base is trash. Okay, disregard. The mana base needs a lot of work. You should not have 9 duels in a fucking deck. Or 9 shocklands, I should say. Hot garbage. Hot garbage. I don't want to make the mana base for this, though. That's way too much effort for a deck I'm not going to play. Let's go back over to a little Rakdos here. Okay, so we probably need 1 more of these. Question is, do we want one in the main over 1 Tenacious Underdog? And maybe that's the solution here. I think I could see that. 1 of these in the main over 1 Underdog. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's a spicy 1-of. It helps answer a lot of the stuff we've seen, from the indomitable creativities to the Abzan to just being fine in the mirror and forcing them to have answers that they don't normally have. And I like having 1 Tenacious Underdog, but 2, it feels like they get boarded out pretty consistently, and usually for a hearse anyway. So this feels like a nice back and forth. Star Trace, I think this is about where I would leave it at the end of tonight. The question is going to be whether some of these sideboard slots actually fit, but there's nothing wrong with having 2 hearse, and if we see a continued uptick in these indomitable creativity decks, in the Abzan Greasefang decks, I'll play a 3rd hearse. I'll fucking do it. I'll go after it if I have to. I don't love it, but I'll do it. So, yeah, Rakdos mid 4-2, still pretty good. Not the best, not the worst. It'll do. It'll do, donkey. And I think that's going to do it for the stream tonight. If you've got any questions, jump into the Discord. If you need lists, jump into the Discord. I believe the link has been posted multiple times in the stream chat. You know, come hang out, come say hi. I usually am sitting around in the Discord when I finish up work for the day, and I just fuck around in here. And I've got tables set up in my Discord channel anyway, so I'll just head over there and test, you know, talk to people. That's where the team is. That's where the team tests. And yeah, it's a good time. Welcome one and all. So, alrighty, I will get the fuck out of here, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. I think Darth Camden Taste will be joining me then, and we'll be having some fun. Peace.